Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Harutun Harian, and today on my YouTube channel, we're going to be continuing learning about nets. Now, recall in yesterday's video, we learned what a net was, which was basically a three-dimensional shape that has been pried open. Now, into its layouts. Now, these are called faces. Each one of these things right here, they're called faces, and this, if you put this back together, it makes a triangular prism. Now, what they want us to do in the grade test is they want us to find the surface area of this. Now, the surface area is really easy to find on these because really you see what kind of shapes they are. You find the area on two of them, and you just add them, right? Okay. So, but before we get started on this, do take a moment and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Let's get the likes up if we can, and help support the channel. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first step you want to do here is see what kind of shapes you have. So, we can see that this base is a perfect square because we have a 5 here and we have a 5 here. So that means the bases are the same. So that means we can say that there's a 5 here and a 5 here. Now, if the base is a perfect square, that means the rest of the shapes, the rest of these triangles, are going to have to be the same because they need to meet at the middle, right? So if the height on this one is 6, that means the height on this one is 6 as well, and the height on this one is 6, and the height on this one is 6. Now that we know that, we can essentially find the area of this and this, add these four together, and then add it to this, and that's how much we get. So let's go ahead and do that. So remember, to find the area, I wrote the volume, oh my goodness. To find the area of a triangle, we have formulas. And of a square, we have formulas, right? So recall, area of a triangle is the base times the height, and then we divide that number by 2. And then for the square, we just multiply the length times the width. Now, let's do that, okay? So let's start with the base. Now the base for this, 5 times 5, gives us 25. So let's go ahead, let me just erase this right here. Let's do 5 times 5 gives us 25. So that means the area of this is 25. Okay? Now let's do the triangles. Now all these triangles are going to be the same number because they're all the same. So really we can just do 1 and multiply that by 4. Okay, so we have a base of 5 and a height of 6. Now we're just going to plug that into our formula like we've always done. So 5 times 6 gives us 30. Divided by 2 gives us 15. So we're going to do 25 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. Now, or you could just do 15 times 4, which gives us 60, and we're going to add that to 25. 25 plus 60 gives us 85. Our surface area, let's say this was just centimeters. I don't usually write them for explanation purposes, but we have a total surface area of 85 centimeters squared. I don't know why I said centimeters weird. That's kind of weird to me. It's 85 centimeters squared because essentially what we did was we just took we're not finding the volume. This isn't a three-dimensional shape. This is a three-dimensional shape that has been broken apart into its faces. So we find the surface area. So essentially we find the area of each one of these shapes and we just add them together like we did here. So we got the 25 and the 4 15s, or excuse me, the 4 15s, because 15 was the area of each of these, right? We did the triangles. And we added those together, and we got 85. And that's justified, because, we just did that. So, that's how you find surface area in a net of a triangular prism. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing. And until next time, I'm Harutun Aryan. Keep on learning, kids.